Hello everyone and welcome back to Untamed Chaos. So this is kind of the second half of the tech finale focused around applied energistics, and it might go into some other tech stuff, but I mainly have applied energistics stuff, or pretty much only have applied energistics stuff to do in this episode. So yeah, the first thing I have to show you is something that I kind of was skirting around in previous episodes and you might have noticed. I think it's right above here. Yep. So this is the undecided floor in its final version. I prepared this off camera like I said I would with the fluid ME stuff, and it's the tank floor. Originally it was undecided, then just kind of playing for storage. I always kind of had tanks in mind, but now it's just a dedicated tank floor. So as you can see, I have some tanks, and I used the blue Tyrian as well as this used to be the floor block in the temporary design, and then I don't know, I like the look. It kind of fits tanks and mostly water, not as much lava. But yeah, so let me show you how I got this all set up. And also I have one note of something I did off camera unrelated to this, which is warp. So right after the Thumbcraft episode, I played around a bit more with the soap, and apparently I just wasn't holding right click long enough, because right after the episode ended, I was just like trying it a bit more, and it consumed the soap and removed my warp. I did make another soap and consumed it again, but it didn't seem to remove any more warp. So hopefully enough time has passed so I'm no longer going to get any warp effects, and, you know, things can just be good. So yeah, but I was getting a few warp effects while preparing this stuff, but hopefully that stopped now, or will be very minimal for the following episodes of the series. But yeah. Anyway, tanks. So pretty much how I have this set up is using storage buses. And it's kind of funny because originally when I was trying to set up this floor, I forgot it was storage buses and was trying to use interfaces instead, which do not work nearly the same. But I have this giant tank here, and if you look, it's 299 tank blocks, and it holds a lot of buckets of water. So yeah, and it just has a water pump pipe with a one block pour of water that just generates all this water. And I have a pipe here because I was trying to get it set up and had a lot of issues. Originally it was closer. But if we come down here, you can kind of see right there. Actually, I probably can do that. And there we go. So this is a fluid storage bus made like this using an ME interface. So it's just wired up underneath both these tanks. And what this does is it means it counts this as part of the ME system without it being part of the ME system. Like, instead of having all this water taking up drive space, it's in this tank, but I can pull it out from the ME system just like if it was on a drive. At least that's my understanding of storage buses, which is pretty cool, to be honest. And I have the same thing over here with lava, only instead of a water pump pipe, I have my lava fabricators with a toggle here. And I also made this pipe a little more fancy because it goes from machines. Then I have the Ignis extruder, which it works the same. I just didn't really... Actually, I kind of forgot about when I set the tech floor and didn't really want to prepare it. But, you know, if I want to, say, make obsidian, yeah, and I would have wired this up a bit more, like possibly took it to another floor or have this automate out into the ME system. But the reason I didn't do that is because I was a bit concerned about my channels, because even though I could have 32, you know, or even though this room isn't out, the section of the different, what's it called again? P2P tunnels can only have 32 connections max, and I am very close to hitting that for all the tech floors. So I just thought it was better to keep it basic. I don't really need much more, or any more obsidian really, but yeah, if I just want to make more obsidian, I do this. It pulls lava from this tank, and it just makes obsidian. And, you know, it generates water from here, so yeah. But yeah, that's how I can make obsidian if I need it, but I don't think I really need obsidian. So I have thousands of it, so that's probably good. And I feel like that's what it's supposed to be on. It keeps getting changed. I don't know, maybe I left one of these on the wrong one. Let's just leave it on tall. It seems to work well enough for show a bit more, which is nice. So yeah. But I showed the tanks, and I want to show a bit more about how this works. So I put a fluid panel here just so we can see it, but that's a lot of water. If I could, I would drain some of the water from the drives just so they have more space. No pun intended with water and draining. And this has 716 buckets of lava, I believe. So just to show you how this works, you know, this has, or if I just turn this on, it's going to generate more lava in here. So you can see that this number will start going up. Are you generating? There we go. It had to wait for the work to cool down. Once the idle to cool down. Once the idle cools down, they start producing lava all the time. So as you can see, that's going up. But this isn't, the lava's going in this tank. It's not going into my ME system. But because I have a bus underneath, we go over here and look. It should just start going up. It's already up a bit, but come on. Any second now. And this works a lot like the Essentia system, I believe, take out and such. But, Oh, wait, it takes a bit for the bus to update, I believe. It's not like constantly updating because, well, that would probably be very stressful in the game. Stressful in the game. And, oh, I forgot I had this on my NEI. As you can see, the other thing I did talk about in the other episodes, so it's probably not a lot of surprise, but Quantum's the other stuff I want to look at. So, there we go, it updated. So, it is updating. It's not like perfect real time, but it does count everything in this tank as part of the ME system. So, yeah, that's really cool. So I can set up these giant tanks and not have them be, like, redundant compared to the fluid dries, just because I don't want to have to make a ton of fluid dries, because all this water would take up a ton of fluid drive space, but it was very easy to make all these tanks. So, yeah. Although I believe if I do delete this block, it deletes all the stuff in the tanks, so let's try not to do that. But, yeah, so I believe that was it, and also I really do need to fix these torches. I think that's the last thing kind of holding back a lot of these rooms from being done. But, yeah, I did also put that there if you were wondering. And I moved this stuff around. I had to take out the singularities to do it, though. So, yeah, but I do want to work on the quantum link thing. Or quantum link chamber, I believe it's the proper name. So this will allow me to connect my ME system between my base here and my old base. So if I go to the old base, I can access stuff from this base. Just like if I access this terminal right up here. Yeah. And actually, I did have it all set up, didn't I? Oh, I took it out. No, I did leave it there, but I decided, nah, let's take it out. But yeah, to do this, though, I need singularities. These, they cost like thousands and thousands of cobblestone to make. And ender dust, and I need to do a very scientific procedure of blowing it up. I'm not kidding, that's actually how you do it. So, yeah. I guess let's just head outside somewhere. And let's actually just head over in the mountains. I never really have done anything over here in the mountains. And, oh. Huh. Probably shouldn't have done this at night. Yeah, night probably wasn't my best idea. But I also do need to take off my magnetism, I believe. And, probably should, take care of some of these guys before they, are issues. So, are those two rare versions? Because I don't think they're normally red either, are they? Nope. And they're coming this way. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. What effect? I forget what effect these guys have. Anyway, let me just try and clear out these guys real quick. There we go. Now we can find a place to blow it up. I was actually thinking this hole looks pretty nice. So, my pickaxe mine's way too fast now. Oh no, it just seems like, I don't know why, but like recently it just seemed to be starting to mine excessively fast. But, so I need to place, TNT. Actually, come to think of it, I need to kind of change my approach here a little. So, a TNT here. I'll need to drop these items here. 1, 2. Picked them up already. That's not a good sign for this. I think I also need to place the cobblestone just because I need to place the torch and don't want to be in here when it happens. But I need these items in here. So if I just place some 1, 2, and jump out. Okay, now if I just place torch, I see a problem happening. There we go. Oh, the slime got hurt by that. But now if I come down here, instead of a normal singularity, I have 2 quantum entangled singularities. So that is how you make quantum entanglement. And this is important because this is what goes inside the machine, essentially, to link the two. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example, like comparing it to other mods, and none are coming to my mind, actually. That's up too high. I went here. There we go. So, now that I got that, I actually can just throw my other singularity back in here. It's not needed, and well, this stuff just cleared my inventory. I think I I threw my healing axe in by mistake, and I kept the cobblestone. Whoops. Let's just search axe, because I know I nicknamed it health instead of healing, and that probably would have messed up the search. So, yeah. But as you might have saw over here, I did also make the quantum link chambers. I was preparing this stuff and then realized, wait, I probably should save the counting for in the episode. But these are pretty simple to make, just some fluix pearls and quartz glass. So yeah. So now I got those, and pretty much I put the singularity into this after I set up the ring. So this is the quantum ring. It requires dense cable, logic processors, and energy cells, which are made like that. I prepared all this stuff off camera because, well, this is kind of the boring part. Or making all that was the boring part. Now's the fun part. I believe I need 16 of these. Now, it's possible I could be wrong. I really hope I'm not, because I spent a lot of time preparing all that stuff. But from what I understand, you have to do like this. And it's a multi-block, and the corners do not count for connections, which is why I have the cable there. So now I put that there. It should, okay, it is connected, and it should be online. So now what I need to do is put this in here. And, oh, I was trying to figure a comparison. I don't know, I guess this is kind of like on the ender chest, you know how I have the colors signifying what combination it is? This is, the entangled singularity is kind of like that for this. I don't know, it's kind of like saying this is which connection it is. So if I lose this one, I think I just have to go through the process of making another combined singularity link, because there is no way to like duplicate this that I'm aware of. But we have this side all linked up. So now we have to head over to my spawn base using the handy portal right here. So 1 second. I would say it's been a while since I've been to the spawn base here, but I'm pretty sure that in the last 10 episodes, I've visited here a fair number of times already. So, yeah, but I prepared this over here. Pretty much how it works is I don't need a controller because it's still part of my network at the tower, so I can't have 2 controllers. Or, well, it's actually 1 multi-block controller there, not 2. But, yeah, so I can't have a second controller. It will access all the same drive, so I don't need a drive. So, from what I understand, all I need is power and, of course, the terminals and such. So, if I'm correct, I just need to go like this, and it should connect here on the side, because it can't connect on the corners, only the middles, I guess would be it. And then I put this in here, and just to check, before I have this in here, you know, it's a working ME system. It's all online, it just has nothing to connect to or nothing to display. Now, if I put this in here, and check, it is loading. So, I'm not sure how well... Oh. Is it working now? You know, I just thought of something, though. It might actually be out of channels. Because when I was thinking, I was just counting, oh, the machine is 1 channel. But I forgot that side of the room does not have enough channels. So, I think I need to do a quick cut and go fix that. So, let me just take this out and we'll pretend this never happened. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so 1 dense cable upgrade later, and we should be good to go now. I just ran dense cable over to that side of the room, so this should now work properly. If it doesn't, I don't know why, actually. Because, I don't know, it should bring out of this, I assume. I never set this up before. I just always have had issues with ME channels since the update anyway. But it should be linked between the 2. And apparently it is working, because it does change when I put it in. But it just says it's missing channels. And, you know, this only has 3 channels in use. But it should not be using more than 3 channels. Or it should be... Oh, there we go. Now it's working. I don't know. Maybe I just had to wait before. But ta-da. All my things from the other ME system are now here. And I did put a few terminals around the base. But yes, it is working, thankfully. And, oh. You know, I actually never knew I could click there to see that. That's kind of embarrassing. And why'd my game interface just... Oh. Huh. That's not good. I think that could be a chunk loading thing or something. I know when I go to the tower, the ME system doesn't start up right away. So this could be having a similar issue. I don't know. I'll have to look more into this off camera and see if there's anything I can do about it. The ME system is all within the chunk boundaries, though, or I think all the cables are as well. But I can access all this stuff. It just seems a little finicky at times, I guess would be the right term. But yeah, and I don't just have the 1 terminal here. As you can see, there's multiple devices here. We go over here, I have another terminal. And if we head over here to the storage room with the questing RAM, I put the terminal back here just like it used to be. So, I don't know, it seems to be working now. It might cut out again. I think it just cut out again. I don't know. I really have to see what's up with that. But that was kind of all I really had planned to do this episode. And actually, the only goal was Fluid ME, because that's something I kind of did way before. But let's just head back to the tower to wrap up the episode. Okay, so I'm back here at the tower in the new tank room, or tank floor, whatever you want to call it, and it's time to mark off the goal. So, there's really not many goals left. I think you can probably guess what the final episodes will be, based on the few goals remaining. I'll just kind of go slowly so you can kind of see. But yeah, a fluid ME system. It's kind of really been done for a while. I just didn't set up the storage buses till recently. But now I completed all my ME goals, and the whole quantum link was a goal, but I removed it because I didn't think I'd get around to it, but I did. I don't know, I don't really feel the need to put it back on the goal list. I did it, and that's kind of what matters more than crossing off on the little list here. But yeah, I think that's actually all the goals, besides the last 3 pages of goals missing. So yeah, and this probably will be a bit of a shorter episode, but it's kind of like I said in the other episode. It's not that I'm not doing stuff because I don't have time to prepare it, although that's partially it. But it's mostly because I'm just running low on things I want to do in the series. Like, I'd have mentioned before, and I do have a few notes of tech-like things I didn't get around to. But actually, let me just go in here and search Ender Tech real quick. So since this was a tank floor, I thought maybe I should try making the Ender Tank. Then I looked at the recipes. Resonant machine frame. Resonant machine frame with tesseracts and portable tanks. And yeah, that was not getting any easier. So pretty much, this is how you would make an Ender Tank with these components. I think it's pretty much the same as these tanks, only I think it also has an energy input and tank valve. And why do you make 8? Do you really need 8 each? I don't know. I never made one of these, but it's just very costly because it needs resonant machine frames, which I do not like making. So I don't know. It's one of those things like, if I really had the time and desire, I could have done it this episode. But it's like, I have these tanks, they're good enough, and I just really didn't feel up to it. Same kind of thing for some of the other stuff like 5X ores and the reactor for mechanism. The update might have added some new stuff as well. But I don't know, they're tech stuff, and I could have done them as goals or part of tech episodes or finales, but they just weren't things that really interested me. The only thing I guess I'm a bit sad I didn't do tech-wise is compact machines, because let's actually look at the list real quick. So, you know, I kind of breezed through all the tech stuff. This was all the thermal stuff, and I just ran out of goals real quick because I went straight for the end game thermal machines like Resonant because I wanted them to use, and then there wasn't a lot left to do with tech mods because besides kind of obscure things, like I could have made cryoducts for my whole base or something like that, but I think that's more ridiculous than fitting. And, you know, mechanism, like I said, 5X doors and reactor, my only other goals here, but I don't know, there just weren't a lot of tech goals I really had to do where I just kind of breezed through them, and the other stuff I could have done is just not stuff that was really appealing to me. So, yeah. Anyway, enough rambling about goals, but yeah, this is the Applied Energistics / tech finale, and we set up the tanks, we set up a quantum link, which I will be trying to look into, maybe, I don't know. I'll double check the page, you know, the troubleshooting section and see if that's something, but I think it might just be how chunks are loading, because I have had issues with that, you know, like when I come into the tower and this isn't active right away after, you know, visiting from another dimension. I don't know, maybe the chunk loader is not even working. Anyway, I'll try and troubleshoot that, but it's not really a big deal. My goal was setting up the quantum link. Let's actually just head up here. You know, my goal was actually setting up this quantum link rather than making sure it worked perfectly 100% of the time, because I probably won't even use the ME system there, just for something cool I want to do. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and yeah, until next time, goodbye.